We're going to go ahead and conduct a chi-square test for independence. Is there association between employment status and parent status? To do that, of course, in the web apps, we would go ahead and look for at the very bottom chi-square tests. There it is. Click that. We're going to run a test of independence. We're going to we can use a contingency table, but we would then need to summarize the data ourselves, right? We would need to put our own, do the calculations ourselves. But with whole data sets like we have here, the college success data sets like this, I have all of the raw data, and it's not too big. It's 300, but we could deal with it. So we're going to do individual observations. In a chi-square goodness of sight, sorry, chi-square test for independence, we're checking to see is there some relationship association between a parent status and employment status, meaning are you a parent or not a parent, and is there a relationship between your unemployment status, part-time status, or full-time, right? Is there some connection? Do parents work more full-time than non-parents, right, work full-time, and kind of looking at the pattern between those? It's hard for us to do it individually. That's why we have the artist stat to do that. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to say employment status. I get the very top there. I'm going to highlight and get all the data in. I'm going to copy that in. There we go. Control C or edit copy. Get back to the test. So first variable is employment. And the next one is parent status. So for employment, I'm going to get to the top, Control V or copy paste. There it is. And again, there's the data. I'm going to need parent status. And again, it has numbers. Those are categorical because they represent either your parent or not parent. So a lot of times in research, we use 0, 1s, 2s to represent categories instead of using their names, because sometimes it's just longer to type in the name. So we're going to go ahead and put in Control V. So now it matches up. I'll do a stack bar chart. And then when we do our homework, we use expected CalCAS, but we don't need it in this case. So I'm going to submit. And when we submit, we see the distribution here. Employment status, not working, part-time, full-time, and then whether you're not a parent or a parent. And you could see, since these bars are not the same, we have a hint that maybe there's an association, right? Your parent status, or if I tell you if someone's employed full-time, we have a better idea if we could predict if it's a parent or not parent. Same thing here at the rates. Whether it's part-time, you could see parents work at less part-time rates, higher full-time rates, less unemployed rates. So somehow there's association. And we verify that with the p-value here, 0.0043. So it's really low, high test statistic, which kind of shows that we do have an association. We would reject the null hypothesis of independence or no association.